So now we are going to start with Dogecoin. We see that we are in position number 8. Market cap, it hasn't changed. It's been a rather positive week overall. Let's take a look at this together. It has pushed quite a bit this week, and today it's still pushing a little. In short, let's get comfortable and start. But first, I remind everyone that everything I will say in this video is in no way financial advice. It is up to you to do your own research. And don't forget that trading crypto carries risks of partial or major loss. So on the Dogecoin side, I propose an analysis first from a long-term perspective before moving on to a slightly shorter-term analysis. From a long-term perspective, we have a cryptocurrency that has retraced, so it makes sense. All the cryptocurrencies in the market have retraced following the fact that Bitcoin started a retracement phase around April, something like that. So as a result, all the cryptocurrencies in the market are retracing along with Bitcoin. And so the Dogecoin crypto has indeed found a bottom, it must be said, on the 200 period moving average, which is here. You might not see it in the video, but we have the moving average here, the line. Yeah, I'm all in. And so here we found support. And since then, since we touched this line, this 200 period moving average, it has held perfectly. As you can see here, we touched it, it held, and we are regaining strength. So this is actually very good news. Now we see that from a long-term perspective, we are regaining a lot of strength. Because if we look between last week and this week, we are still at. So now we are recovering some interesting key levels. Look, during the drop, Bitcoin broke quite a few key levels, and it actually made an almost complete retracement, nearly fully compared to the last bullish movement we experienced. You see, the last movement also started in February 2020, 4 bumps it had pushed. And so here we are, almost with this wick that has come back to retest the entirety of the last bullish movement. So here we are on a very pronounced retracement, you understand. Now that we have found the bottom, recovering the zero zone 704.26, Fibonacci at 0.101, 704.208. We are recovering the 0.6108 zone, Fibonacci at 0.13371, and now we are starting to attack the Fibonacci zone located at 0.1504206. From a chartist perspective, we are trying to recover our last point. Look at this. Here we have a high point, so we absolutely need to close this week above 0.142305 in order to recover this high point that was formed here during the week between July 15th and the 20th. And if we manage to recover this high point, it would be excellent news for the bulls, because when a high point is recovered, generally it is to continue the upward trend. So here, from an RSI perspective, since we have pushed quite a bit recently, we are looking at an RSI on a weekly view. So it's not too bad after all. Look, we're a bit below 60, when we know that generally we start to retrace when we're at 60, 10, 60, 15 or 20. The 420, 10 are areas where there is indeed a strong tendency to want to retrace. We still have some room to do something interesting. And even better than that, we actually have a lot of room. Moreover, we have been on a bullish momentum for 2 weeks now, which is very interesting. Now, if we look at this cryptocurrency from a very long-term perspective, what do we see? Well, we can see that we are actually forming a gigantic first bottom, second bottom. So be careful, the second bottom is not yet validated, the entire right side is missing. We need to keep pushing to reach here the 0.1098042014. But if we manage to form this beautiful double bottom, then in that case it could be something quite powerful. Moreover, look at the bi-weekly view. We are very close to making a crossbow. So, honestly, if we manage to validate this, friends, it could be very, very, very powerful because it's still a double bottom. Let's calculate the target together. But it's going to be high. This target is going to be high. Look, this is still a pattern with a theoretical target of 0.3004 to 0.80. So yes, it's a significant zone that we need to break through here at 0.109910. We're not there yet, but we're not very far off either. We'll see that in the coming weeks. Of course, for that, Bitcoin must not start to drop. Obviously, you understand this from a daily perspective, day by day. So here you see we are in a bullish phase. We are in an upward channel, making higher lows and higher highs. When at the channel bottom, we seek the top. When at the top, we seek the bottom. Now attempting a breakout. In fact, it's not just that. We broke the channel. 1,000 broke the day before yesterday. Here you see it. We needed to break 0.14603. But look how clean it is, technically. So here, with Dogecoin, we have a very clean setup. We have the breakout of the channel to the upside, the pullback. You know that every time we break a key level, we come back to test it. So we have a breakout, a pullback, and we come back to retest the key level. We can see that it holds perfectly. Boom. What is happening today? We are attempting to break out. So if we manage to close above 0.144308 today, that would already be a very good start. Yeah, but there's a problem. A problem? Still, it should be noted that we have a little issue with this crypto, which is that right now we are in a sideways movement. So right now, we don't know which way it's going to break, but you can see it from a short-term perspective. I'm looking at a 4-hour view, so this is what could happen in the next 60 to 12 hours. We are currently in a range. So as long as we are in this range, you understand, we are neither bullish nor bearish. We are in a sideways configuration. Therefore, the key level that needs to be broken is here. It's the high of the range if we want to continue pushing, and this high of the range is located at 604.29. If we break this range upward, it could indeed allow us to push to reach the targets I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video. On the other hand, be careful. It's a range. The upper end of the range is a resistance, and we don't know if we will succeed in breaking it or not. If we fail to break this range upward, be careful. We risk going down to the bottom of the range. This bottom of the range is located here at 0.138203. This will be an important support level. Be careful not to break this support, because if we do break this support, as you understand, there is a risk of retracement. Retracement to come back and look for certain key levels that I will give you, by the way. Wait, there we go. I'm getting back here. If we start to retrace, we could come back to test 0.137305. Then here, a major key point at 0.12803. And would that be a bad thing? Not at all. Quite the opposite, actually. It would be excellent news because look at this. I'm going to draw my line here. Okay. Here, perfect. The 0.1815, that yellow line I just drew for you is not just any line. It corresponds to the cost line of a cup with a handle. This is a bullish chart pattern. Therefore, in the daily view, the theoretical target of this pattern is a theoretical target. Here is 0.16403. So as you can see, we have not yet reached the target. Yeah, but be careful nonetheless. Look at this. I'm going to show you something. Here the RSI is dangerous. Here, this RSI is very dangerous. Why? Well, because we did rise to 6010, we retraced a bit, and we are currently at 6016. It's very high, let's not kid ourselves, it's very, very high. So, could we be looking at a retracement? It's possible. So after 6010.8, there is still room to push a little more in the coming days. But honestly, it's still getting complicated with an RSI this high. We could very well rise to an RSI of 420 or even 425, which would allow us to reach just a little bit higher. But honestly, let's not kid ourselves. It's very difficult right now. It's very difficult. The RSI is high, so we may be exposed to a small upward push. But behind that, there could be a retracement to retest the key levels I provided. In any case, we will obviously monitor all of this in the coming days. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share as much as possible. This helps my work to be better promoted by YouTube's search algorithms. All that's left for me is to wish you a great day. I'll see you later.